You're watching this video now because you want to step into your new life, into your new body, preferably if you're sick or if you want to heal your health condition. You might do something like I did, and it is I drew my old body here, and I drew where I have some ailment, issue which I want to get rid of, because I realized in my meditations that they are all connected to the emotions, and every time we feel certain emotions, certain part in our body is contracting more. And if you can see what I put down on my total corner of my drawing, it is locked energy. It's locking energy. Every emotion is basically locking our energy, and it creates barriers and the energy can't flow, and then it causes disease or ailments or pain or whatever, because it wants to flow. For example, in a pain, if you have very big pain, it wants to flow, that energy. It's stuck there. There is some emotion which has to be addressed, which has to be cared for, but it's just there and it's informing you. The body is super cool mechanism. The body is amazing creation, and it's informing us where we have a problem and we have to address it to evolve in this lifetime. So I wrote down emotions which are connected to the feelings in my body, which are creating probably the ailments. And I decided that I will address all of these emotions, but one emotion is highlighted in my list, and it is anger. I realized that anger has been with me since I was a child, since I was a teenager, and it's been with me all the time, and I didn't want to admit that the anger is one of the biggest emotions in my body. And I'm not talking about anger to people and to politics and blah blah. I'm talking about anger which I used against myself, which I basically wanted to express, but I couldn't because I wasn't aware that there is an anger, and it becomes autoimmune conditions, right? I'm not going to talk about how it's becoming and what's the etiology and stuff like that, but I know that autoimmunity, autoaggression, and aggression is, this anger, then you probably are on the same page as me. And I was lying to myself. I thought I'm a nice person. I let sometimes people take advantage of me. And I didn't really know that inside of me, I'm angry, not only on those people, but that they tricked me and betrayed me and used me for some things in their life to make their life comfortable, but also I was very angry at myself. And I would like to highlight this also for you, because I know that everybody has that, a little bit less or a little bit more, and especially people who have certain health conditions already. They could be angry at the doctor or at somebody, whatever, or you have no good relationships, or if you are losing money and you still can't have the money, you can be angry at life and everything, and all your neighbors, and you can be angry that somebody has better job or better handbag or something, because it all causes anger. This all, what I realized is that I no longer want to take anger into my future self, in my future me. And when I started to observe me, what types of anger I am able to feel during the day, we have 70,000 thoughts a day, and they are usually unchecked by our consciousness, but by our filter, which can say, hey, I'm going to not let this one and this one and this one pass into my body, into my consciousness, and I will not allow them to create proteins in my body, because every thought creates emotion, and then it creates certain proteins and reactions in your body. And when there is very intense reactions or very intense experiences, sometimes it can close energy and it can create those blockages which I shared you, lock energy. So I decided that I will not take this into my future. and I started to observe myself, and you can do that too. And I started to observe myself and I was careful about how I speak, how I think, how I interact, and what I feel. And it's kind of amazing how well you become informed once you start to focus on anger, for example, or whatever emotion is for you, that you don't want to take it to your future. I also started to think, like, because when you focus on something, it grows, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Who am I going to be when I'm not going to be angry or jealous or comparing myself and judging others and so on? I am pretty open-minded, very sincere, very loving person, but I still have these emotions. And I think it's really good to not lie to yourself. It's really good to not lie to myself and say, hey, I am really feeling this, and it's nothing bad about it, because now I can change it. If I know and I am really admitting that I have certain emotions in my body, I can change them. Because today I talked to my mom, and I know that when she expresses certain things, she gets very angry and agitated. And I told her, you are very angry and agitated. And she says, no, I am not. I'm absolutely okay when I'm telling you, and she did this face and so on. And I'm like, but look at you, you are absolutely raging with anger. And people really don't want to admit that they are angry. They don't have to do anything to heal besides leaving the anger behind. But it's so addictive. It's like, eating sugar or drinking alcohol. It's like the same addiction. So we have to be very careful and very much restricting what we don't want to take into our future. And it's becoming a game. You can make yourself feel that it will be easy or it will be hard. It's up to you if you want to work hard for something or not. Because we can also be having it easier here with these changes. We can change in love. We don't have to change in level of frustration, or when we have a disease or something, or when we have total loss and bankruptcy. So I just wanted to share with you that I am in a process of taking the next step into the future, and I am not going to take my anger with me. So if you are also, and I just wanted to mention one more thing, anger takes your power in your digestive system, in your urinary system, in your bloodstream, in your heart. It takes all these resources which you could use for your life, and it just burns it. It just becomes like, being angry, it's basically feeding the other side, which is dark and lonely. It doesn't create anything, it's just destructive. So if you want to create better life, don't take anger and stop being angry, because everywhere around you, it makes you feel more and more angry. You have to compare yourself constantly with Kardashians or super cool dressed up Paris Hilton, or I don't know, all those people who are amazingly looking, amazingly healthy, amazingly rich. Now you have to compare yourself, and it's really inviting to start to feel, oh, I am not good enough, and it's already anger, because I'm not good enough. It's like being angry at yourself, self-punishment and guilt and so on. You can use this video as your little green light to know that it's possible, because I started to be also working with these emotions like powerlessness or hopelessness 2 months ago. And in one decision, I decided that I no longer want to feel like desperate about certain issue, and I stopped completely feeling like that. So I know that it's about the anger too, but because it became such a part of my personality which was unchecked, now we have to go through a lot of reminding to my body, remembering who I want to be and who I don't want to be. So this is my old body and old self here, and I'm in the process of creation my new body. I was trying to paint or draw a body before, but Raphael told me that I can just create body like this, which is nice. And if you wonder what this is, it's a butt because I would like to have a butt one day. So share with me, share with us, what is your emotions which you no longer want to take into your future, which you no longer want in your life, because it's not going to be you and you're deciding for it right now. So come with me to your future, to our future.